Hello, you're listening to a We Will Fix It podcast short with Colin Thomas and myself, James Pikeway.
Who are thinking they need to do a little bit of renovation, a little bit of refresh, and they're thinking, why would I do this? Why don't I just, move to another apartment, another villa, and start fresh with this one?
Yes. Well, the reason for that is quite simple, which is not just the fact that rental prices are increasing at the moment.
Yeah, they're going up quite a bit, aren't they?
They are going up significantly at the moment.
Crazy.
But additionally, what people kind of forget is the cost of moving.
Yeah.
Well, I know the cost of moving, and I'm lucky enough that I've got a very good friend in the trade that does me the best deal going. Even then, I was north of 20,000 to move.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but
you were only like one block over?
Oh yeah, it's about 400 meters.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what the bit you forget is not the actual costs of the physical move. It's the fact that there will be pressure to refresh at the same time. Yeah. So you've got that double whammy of, oh yes, these curtains are a bit tired. We can't put these back up. Let's buy new curtains. Yeah. Oh yes, this curtain rail is of a different size and it's not extendable. So now we need new curtain rails. And all this kind of comes in. Oh no, that duvet cover does not match your daughter's desired colours anymore. She's 5 years older than she was in the last house. And this is the stuff that absolutely nails you.
Yeah.
So instead,
and that's the stuff you could just stay where you are and change those little things.
Yes. Yeah. And the other thing is, if you imagine just the nasty practicality of Dubai, if you've been in a property for a while, and also as the market is right now, it's highly likely that you're paying under the market rate.
Right.
So if you have a situation where you are able to stay, it should financially make a lot of sense that you do, unless you've got a real need to move, which is normally landlords kicked you out, or you need more or less space for whatever reason than you currently have. So in this scenario where those 3 points aren't valid, it makes much more sense to refresh rather than to move. So what does a refresh look like? Well, you know what? It's not the real hard stuff. It is make it look different.
Yeah.
And that can be...
People forget that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it really does. It changes your whole attitude towards your home. So, and also, we talk all the time about if you're taking on a DIY job, make it manageable.
Yeah.
Don't do the whole property in one hit. Do one room at a time.
Exactly.
Now, there are two different things really in this situation that really make the big difference. First one is layout. Mm-hmm. Okay. The second one is decor.
Right.
So, decor, dead easy on the whole, but it's going to take 3 times as long as you think it is. Okay, so your average room that we would be painting in 4 hours in Dubai.
And listen, we've got a great podcast that is up that talks about the prep. It talks about painting. It talks about the follow-up of Mohair rollers. Yeah, it's recently up, so it's great to listen to.
Okay, so we've got that. Now, if you're doing it, allow a day and a half. Now, that doesn't mean...
That's a long time.
That doesn't mean we're 3 times better than you. What it actually means is you don't have all the materials that you need that we know we need when we come to do the work. So you will find, first of all, half a day will be spent going to get all of that in the first instance.
Yeah, back to the hardware store. Oh, I didn't get this. Oh, I need that. Oh,
yeah,
don't have enough plastic. Oh, I don't have any tape. Oh,
exactly. Now, the prep work, because we do this constantly, we will be much more efficient in that. So you'll be 50% longer than we are just in the prep. At that point, most of the first day is gone. I actually think in one day you could get the materials, including the paint. You could then get the preparation done, so tape on and basically the room all plasticed up so that you're not going to cause problems. And I think you could edge. And that would be the edging. So around the doors, once you put the tape up, going around the doors, the freehand brigade. Okay, so if you can do it...
Freehand brigade.
Yes, if you can do it, it speeds up things dramatically.
Yeah.
Okay, unless you are an artist or have the steadiest hand going, you can't do it.
Right.
Okay, I've seen the guys that do it. They're really, really good. Don't just think, oh, I don't need this. Go sensible, use tape, use good quality tape. Don't use rubbish tape because it sticks to everything. And then at that point, you end up with more problems than you can ever imagine. The number of ceilings when I walk into people's homes, and I can see it the second I walk in, and there is this big lump that's been taken out of the paint in the ceiling. And I know that they pulled off rubbish tape, which then brought off the paint as well. And they couldn't touch it up. Or there's this Frisian cow of a white patch there. And I'm like, I know what happened. You pulled off the tape. You thought that all white paint was the same. You painted it. And then you went, that's good enough.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't, was it?
No.
And everyone's that inside a second.
Everyone's eye goes to it as well as soon as they walk in.
Drawn to it.
Oh.
You might as well have highlighted that with a marker. So that is that situation, really, which is spend your time on it. Now, in terms of layout is a really good one in terms of changing attitudes.
So simple, too.
It is, but then what you tend to find is people have too much furniture for a room anyway,
Right.
which then limits entirely how they can lay it out. So, do you really need that L-shaped 12-seater? You know?
I have two of them in a room.
I bet you do. I bet you
They
do,
do not
James.
fit at all either with the giant table.
Yeah, and there's two of you, aren't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the dogs. Yeah, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of us gets the one L shape because, you have the L shape when you're watching TV.
Yes.
I'm in the room with the TV.
Nice.
I'm not really watching it.
Yeah. Got you.
Might as well just bring down my duvet cover and use the L shape
Yes.
sofa as a bed.
Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? So, but that is the key, really, which is what do you really need? And decluttering is part of this process
That's
as
a
well.
huge one.
Yeah.
That's a huge one.
So sell that L shape and get something that fits the room, will you? And then think about whether or not you can actually change around the design. I can't visualize that, and luckily Natalie really can. We were in our Palmyra property in Ranches 1, and it had windows on 3 sides, and then it only had a pillar on the other side for a corridor. And I was like, how do we do this? I just could not see it. Anyway, Natalie, and there were lots of other people that had done it in one way, down one end, and it made the whole room extremely narrow. And Natalie went, you just sacrificed the middle doors and literally put a TV unit with a TV on top of there. And ours is the perfect size to go the width of that, so it'll look absolutely correct. And you've got 2 more sets of doors either side anyway, so you didn't really need that third one.
There you go.
Yeah, I know, but you need that vision.
Yeah.
And you need somebody who's got that vision. And luckily, in our relationship, Natalie, to be fair, claims she can do everything. She does nothing apart from having that real vision for what needs to be done. She then tells me to go and get it done. And to be fair, I can't do anything either. So then I get the boys in, but I'm very good at briefing. I'm really good. Once I'm told what's required, I can guarantee I can do it more efficiently than most people.
Yeah.
But then the oddity of this podcast is, can you actually do what you're talking about? Well, a lot of it, no. But at the same time, I've now got almost, 15 years of experience of briefing it to a degree that I can get a technician who couldn't see the job to be able to then do it. Yeah. It's a very odd scenario that we peddle here, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
How bizarre.
So maybe a little paint to refresh a room, just changing the layout of the room.
Yes. Don't go too dark on colours unless you're absolutely confident. It closes in the room so dramatically, and then you need a huge amount of light to try and bring it back again. Now, there's people who can do this and do it really well. Nargis, remember my friend Nargis? Oh, man, she always nails the colours in her place. And she uses a lot of kind of maroons and reds and dark yellows. Dark yellow, really? It works. It's absolutely stunning, her house. I absolutely love it. And it's got such a feel of warmth about it. So, but you need to be totally confident if you're going to start doing that. Yeah. We stay light. Light and airy is really the way that we want to rock. And again, we try and minimize furniture as much as we can.
Nice. And then you got all those little things, as you said, where you're putting a TV up, where you put some floating shelves in for decoration and all that.
All those pictures that you've been meaning to do.
Mirrors. I like mirrors. Forget the pictures for now. The mirror art and the fact that you can put just some giant mirror up.
Opens out a room dramatically.
Yeah.
It really does. Gives you that feeling of space. So again, those people who've needed to downsize, it's a great thing. Use mirrors to give you that feeling of space.
Yeah.
It's a very nice idea, as long as you don't mind looking at yourself now and again.